After watching this film, I really fear using this. Hello guys, I'm Nona and today we'll be talking about the Malayalam film Chathur Mukham, directed by Ranjeet, Kamala, Sankar and Salil V, written by Abhayakumar and Anil Kurian, starring Manju Warrier, Sunny Wayne, Alencier Lopez in the lead. Now if you have been following the channel for a long time, you would know that I'm not into horror movies. I have a lot of problem with them, I don't really like it. I'm not a fan of that genre. But this film was a techno-horror. I watched the trailer too and it was very different. It felt very unique. So I thought, okay, let's give it a watch. And as always, watched it on Discord with other viewers of the channel. So if you want to join us in the future, link is in the description. And after watching the film, I can say that the concept is really good. It's very unique, very different. Now, it's definitely not a perfect film. It has issues. See, this is really a start to something new. You cannot get perfect in the first try. You have to keep trying. That's how you would improve. And the same goes for this film. And with the film's ending, we may get a sequel too. So that's one way to improve. The message of the film is relevant too. Today, we are always surrounded by technology and it's really harmful for us. But this film doesn't really push it in your throat. It's not really preachy, unlike 2.0. Cinematography is really interesting. A lot of places, there are really cool shots, as well as there are a lot of transitions which I really liked. But for me, those were just aesthetic choices. They didn't really add to the subtext of the film. Now, surprisingly, there were a lot of VFX shots in the film and all of them were really well done. It felt like they planned all of it and then executed it. I would really appreciate the screenplay of the film because the structure is very well done. There's a constant build-up after every scene. We have these action set pieces distributed throughout the narrative and each one of them raises the stakes, which as a viewer keeps you interested and engaged. One thing I absolutely loved was that they kept everything scientific. At no point it became anything else. Now I feel that the film was undecided whether it's a ghost or not. Now there is a backstory, but there is no real explanation of how these things are working out. We know the what and how, but not the why. And I feel that the movie wanted to keep it open, not to give a specific answer to everything. Now let me tell you why I don't really like horror genre. There's one very common thing in most of the films, which is to advance the plot ahead, the characters purposefully make stupid decisions and stupid mistakes, which in the context of the film itself doesn't make any sense. And that is called convenient writing, which I absolutely don't like. It's like suddenly the common sense is out of the window. Now this film tried very much to keep it intact, but it couldn't do it for a long time. See, when we talk about a logic in film, it's not the logic of our own world which should be followed in a film. No, not at all. It's the logic of the film itself. If in a superhero film, there's Superman, he can fly. There's an explanation also why he can fly, which is made up science, and that's alright. That's logical in the film itself, in the context of the film. But if suddenly Superman has this power to change his appearance, go to Mars and come back just to move the plot ahead without any explanation, that is convenient writing and that is breaking the logic. And that's why, when a film breaks its own logic, all the tension is released, the stakes are gone, and as audience you are not engaged anymore because anything can happen now. There's no limitation to anything. Now this is a techno-horror film. There should be a set limit of what the horror element can do. What is the extent that it can go to? Because if anything is happening, there's no limitation, there's no stakes and no tension. There's a term called suspension of disbelief. See, we all know that we are watching a film on a 2D screen in front of us. To make us believe what's happening in that frame, it's happening to the people, we care for those people. That is called suspension of disbelief. That we are telling our mind that whatever is happening on the screen, I'm accepting it. Let us suspend our disbelief and agree what the film is showing us. But when you do something totally illogical, which doesn't fit the logic of the world itself, that suspension of disbelief is gone. And you are out of the film. You don't care what's happening now because you know it's all fake. Now this film does set up a limitation scientifically, but later it's just gone. Anything is happening. There's no limitation what this horror element can do. Now acting wise, I think everyone did a good job. It's very easy to drop into that stereotypical area where you're just getting scared and shouting because you have seen that in movies. But in this movie, everyone did a good job. Background music was really nice, was adding to the mood of the film. And throughout the film, I was invested. I wanted to know, okay, what's next? What will happen now? And that's what matters. Now I'll be going into the spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, stop this video, go watch it on Z5 and come back. Also, if you're finding value in the video, do the like button so the video reaches to more people. Consider subscribing and hit the bell icon to get notifications. Also, the channel membership is live. You can support the channel and access to various perks. You can watch some movie reviews early. Click on the join button to know more. Now I really like this concept of clicking a selfie and there's a countdown going on how many days are left, because that adds a ticking clock and it's really well executed. I really like that the main character is wise. She's quick to action. She's not being stupid and delaying the process of, understanding what's happening around her and throwing off the phone, trying to get rid of it. I really like how all the characters were balanced. Everyone had something to do. No character felt out of place or not needed. Especially in the climax, everyone get to do something. But it is Manju Warrior's story, so she gets to do the most, and the other supporting characters also get to do something. Now, I definitely felt that Manju Warrior's character was very stereotypically portrayed. Okay, you want to show someone very tech savvy, always using the phone. There are a lot of ways to show it. This was very stereotypical. Oh, she just wakes up and takes selfie. She goes around, takes selfie. I'm sure there are people like that. I know. But to depict someone is always in the phone just like that in the film, it feels very stereotypical. In the first 15-20 minutes, there's a lot of outdated and bad humor, which doesn't work at all. Which is complemented by these outdated sound effects. It just throws you off. Now the next thing is a trope in these kind of films, which is exposition dump. It's basically, the characters saying something to the other character just to explain the plot to the audience. That's it. That's called exposition dump. And it can be done in much better ways. And a lot of movies have done that. But here it literally feels like, people are not talking to each other. They are just, delivering this heavy exposition so we the audience can understand what's happening. Now, as I said, we have this ticking clock with the selfies. We know how many days are left. But until the 2/3 of the film, there's no urgency in the characters. Oh, you're gonna die in these many days, Everyone is chill, relaxed, they're calm, which doesn't really add anything to the story, You want the characters to be hyper, not understanding what to do, confused, have fear, They should be chaos. But until the last half of the film, you don't see that. And you can see this lack of urgency. Now, there was a stupid scene. Again, common sense out of the window. Now, Manju Warrior's character need to call this other guy who also has his phone to tell him that be aware, you will be in danger. And she's trying to call him, but it's not connecting. And she's driving to his place. Now, there's a mutual friend between these two people, which is Manju Warrior's friend. If you cannot connect to him, call her. But no, she didn't call her. She's keep calling him only. What logic is this? If you cannot reach someone, try someone else who knows both of you, right? That's why you use common sense. But the film doesn't use it just to, build up to something. And that's convenient writing, which I don't like. Now we get to know in the film that this mobile phone can connect to any electrical appliance. Okay, I agree. But later in the film, the mobile is doing anything. The mobile is controlling the sewing machines. Like, makes no sense. How is that possible? There were many innovative ways, how the mobile killed people. And I wanted more of them, but in the logic of the film. But that didn't happen. They took the easy route that the mobile can control anything now. Now the climax is very well constructed, but there is this one illogical scene where Manju Warrior's character is on her own. She needs to take the mobile and put it in that cylinder and close it. And she runs inside the building to different floors. And I'm like, okay, alright. And then she somehow makes it out. And then we learn that the cylinder is in this workshop outside. Then why did she even run inside? Like, made no sense to me. These are very small things, and these irritate you and you stop caring about the film. The film ends with a clue that there can be a sequel. And again, there's no explanation how is this horror element working. Is it a ghost or not? Is it the AI? They are calling it energy, negative energy, but there's really not any explanation. But overall, it was a fun experience. It is a movie that you can watch with your friends in a group together, enjoy. Not a bad film at all, away from it. And again, the standard is high for Malayalam cinema. And this film delivers to that standard, in a way. Of course, there are issues, but those are mostly the tropes of this genre. And I'm sure as they make more of these, they understand more of it, they'll make better films. The YouTube channel membership is live. You can check out different tiers and their perks. To know more, click on the join button. For latest updates, check out the community tab. So guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit the thumbs up button, share this video, let me know in the comments your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed yet, check out the videos. If you like them too, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Stay home, stay safe.